Hey guys, it's Claire. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing something new that I haven't really ever tried before, and I've definitely never made a video about. I'm going to be sewing in this video. What I'm going to be showing you is the process of me sewing the top I'm wearing right now. So I made this top and completed it last week, and I really like it. It is super cute. I am just following instructions from my grandma because she's the one who is teaching me how to sew this top and everything. So when watching this video, just sit back and relax and just watch my process, but please do not try to follow this like a tutorial. Of course, I will pop up a picture of what the pattern that I used is, and you can go try it out for yourself. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoy this, and without further ado, let's head right into the video. So the very first thing that I did was I made a toile, which is basically like a practice top. That's what my grandma told me it was called. And basically I'm just doing this to make sure all the sizing is right and that I don't make my top too small or big. This is the fabric I'm actually going to be using for the baby doll top. Oh, I do just want to tell you guys that this is in no way a tutorial. I basically had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was just following instructions from my grandma. So this is just kind of watch me and see what I'm doing. And I'm going to try my best to explain what I'm doing. So after quickly sewing this, I went ahead and I tried it on, and it fit pretty well, so we went ahead and started cutting out our fabric. And let me just say, I love this fabric so much. It is so cute. I love the little squares. So we laid down these pieces of paper that basically showed the front and the back of the top, and I went ahead and cut that all out. And that's kind of what it looked like, and then I pinned it on to the fabric. Another really cute thing about this top is that it has these super cute straps that are gonna tie to make a bow. And the reason I wanted a top like this is because I really wanted adjustable straps. So this way I can have adjustable straps, and also they're really cute bows. What you just saw there was my straps, and there's actually 4 of them because they have to tie together, and I'm ironing them right now because I have to iron them on the fold in a certain way so that it will be easier for me to sew. So what I'm doing is I'm ironing a big crease in the middle, and then I'm folding the edges down and also ironing those, and then I will fold it one time over again and go ahead and sew that so that they'll be very thin straps. Obviously, I should not be trusted with the iron though, since I burned myself twice while making this top. So this part's pretty repetitive because I do have to do the same thing for all 4 straps. So that's basically just what I'm doing right now. Something that I didn't know about sewing is that it's actually not that much sewing. A lot of it is kind of just preparation for the sewing. My first day of sewing was a lot of just cutting and ironing before I could even sit down and start, sewing my actual top. So here's some of my pieces that have been cut out, and it's now time to sew. The first thing that I started sewing was all 4 of my straps. Now this part was a little bit tricky because of how thin they were. I was really scared that I was gonna not catch them and I was gonna accidentally get off of the strap. So I tried my best, and I have this so sped up because I actually was going as slow as a snail. You can see in the video that I would stop every 3 seconds to make sure that I did it properly and I did it good. So this is how fast I was actually going. Yeah, so I wasn't going that fast, but it was kind of my first time sewing a piece of clothing. So what I need to do was sew both of the straps on the front and the back piece of my top. So it's gonna go like this.
Yes, you're just sewing up here at the top, because when you put it together, this is gonna come up.
While sewing, I wasn't super confident in my work, and I was pretty picky at basically everything I did. It's a little messy. Even though some of my stitching wasn't perfect, in the end, it didn't really matter because it was mostly hidden and you couldn't really see it. But me being me, I still wanted it all to be perfect, so I would get so irritated if something wasn't perfect. Now it is time to sew the front and the back of the top together since the straps are all on. And here we're seeing to make sure if we match the boxes or not. Boxes are pretty matched.
Oh, yeah.
So we're sewing the sides of
We're sewing the sides.
So remember all of that work that I just did? Well, throw a majority of that in the trash can because the top was way too small for me and I tried it on and I basically couldn't even take it off my body. It was so tight. So we have to restart. So we have to redo the top, but I am keeping all 4 straps that I made. Now, this time we decided to add a little bit more to the top to make sure it would actually fit me, but this whole time we had a really hard time figuring out the sizing. We followed exactly what the pattern said the first time and even made a 12. It fit me, but then when we made it, it was too small. So here we add a little bit more and make sure it's gonna fit, and even this will backfire on us later. So this is day 2 of sewing, which is actually like a week later, but anywho, I went ahead and started redoing the top, which is the front and the back of the top. So I just went ahead and re-sewed that and just got that out of the way so I could start working on other things. So there is one thing that I didn't film that we made, which is like this little thing that's gonna go inside of the top. Because the fabric is super thin, it needs to have another layer. So this basically is going to be shoved inside of the top and sewn in so that it's thicker and it's not completely see-through. To make sure I sew this together correctly, I am matching up the seams and then I'm going ahead and pinning that in place.
Because you're going to be sewing all the way around the armhole and the edges. Where's the other one? Pull them through because they need to be caught in the seam.
So like you heard my grandma explaining there, I am basically sewing all around the top and around the armholes, and I'm making sure that the straps get caught in it so that they will be sewn in there securely.
We have to do something at the end of these ties yet. We haven't figured that out, what we're going to do at the end of those ties.
Oh, because they're like the end of the ties.
Yeah, they're raw right now.
In the end, we did decide to sew the very end of those ties and tie them in a little knot because 1, it was easy, and 2, it looked really cute. Unfortunately, this top, I tried it on again and it was too big, so then we had to make it even smaller until it finally fit me. At first the top was too small, then it was too big, and then I finally got it to fit me. So after all the sizing issues were fixed, it was finally time to continue the top. And then I went ahead and ironed the top just so that it would lay flat and look better once I tried it on.
Oh, you know what? This got crooked. That one got crooked. We'll have to fix that.
Another mistake is that I accidentally sewed on one of the straps diagonal. It was kind of like crooked, but my grandma did go ahead and just fix that for me, so it looked fine in the end. And after all of that, I finally have the top part done, and it looks super cute. Now it is time for the bottom of the top. I also had to pop in there and say hi. Anyway, so here is me, and I'm starting clipping where I'm going to be sewing for the flowy part of the top. So right here, I'm just going ahead and sewing that. Now it is time to use the serger. Now I've never used this thing before, and honestly it kind of scared me because it literally cuts this fabric and then sews this really nice bottom to it. But it was a little scary to use at first, but then I got used to it. And after using that, you can see how nice the bottom of the shirt looks. So I pinned the top to the bottom of the shirt, so both of those are pinned together and will be sewn. But the first thing I have to do is I sewed these 2 lines, and what I do with those 2 lines is I basically yank them to create this kind of scrunching, and then I kind of just move that scrunching all over until I kind of think it looks even. And then I went ahead and I just sewed that in place. And yeah, it was pretty easy. Actually, a lot easier than I thought that part was gonna be. The very last thing that I had to do was sew the ends of the straps and then tie them in a super cute little knot. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully I explained everything well. I kind of didn't know what I was talking about in some parts. In some parts it's like really hard for me to explain because I don't really know all the sewing terms and stuff, but hopefully you kind of understood what I was trying to say. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a really fun time making this video and making the top. I'm really happy with the way the top turned out. I love it so much, especially the little bows on my shoulders. They're super cute. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel when you subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for ideas for new videos, please put that in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see whenever my new videos release. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!